Hey there everyone, PhilChill here and welcome to another Stardew Valley video. Today I'm going to show you how you can become basically a tank in Stardew Valley, which will make every skull caverns or mines run really easy. But before we begin, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to press that like button as it helps me out immensely. And if you'd like to see more content like this, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. So without further ado, let's begin. In Stardew Valley, going to the mines early in the game is crucial to the game's progress, and after you unlock the skull caverns also it will be a more go-to location, but accidents can still happen and you may lose many precious items with that. To avoid that nasty outcome, players have been really careful in the mines and caverns, but there has been another way to go there. Introducing the tank profession that has been hidden away in Stardew Valley, where the damage the mobs do to the player is so insignificant that you may clear even the upgraded caverns or mines without any issues. So let's see how you can achieve this in your playthrough. A perfect run through the mines or caverns is done with a huge amount of caution, and you will need a lot of food to heal you while traveling down all the time. The trick in making you invincible in the game is by stacking the defense stat in the game for your character. The monsters will always deal you damage and you can't go below that threshold, but we can lower it to the maximum and make it work for our advantage. This build works best with pieces of gear that have defense or immunity buffs. The defense stat lowers the amount of damage your character gets from an enemy, while the immunity stat makes debuffs less likely to affect you, which can be quite helpful against some enemies, like the putrid ghost or the shadow shaman. We will start off from the boots that we can use for this build. There are three kinds of boots that you can use for this build, and those are the dragon scale boots that offer 7 defense, the mermaid boots that offer 5 defense and 8 immunity, and the cinder clown shoes which offer 6 defense and 5 immunity. These are the 3 shoes that you can use for this build, and I added the cinder clown shoes since those are bought from the trader, while the other 2 are dropped randomly from the volcano chests in the volcano dungeon. The most important shoes for this build are the dragon scale boots and the mermaid boots. The cinder clown shoes are added because you can buy them from the dwarf merchant and it will help you if you can get the other 2. It just depends on your preference. Me personally, I would go with the mermaid boots, as the extra immunity will help me out immensely with enemies that have some really bad debuffs, and it can make your run very easy. Both of these are found in a dwarven chests in the volcano dungeon, but the drop rate can vary and you may need to do a lot of runs to get those. And now for the more fun part, which is choosing the rings. The rings are our next goal in the game, and the most important ones are the crab shells rings, which offer 5 defense. We're going to be using these 2 rings to combine them with other rings, which will have some really interesting combinations for us to use. For example, you can combine a crab shell ring with a ring of Yoba, which occasionally grants you a shield after taking a bit of damage. There's another combination that you can use, which is a crab shell ring with a sturdy ring, which cuts the duration of negative buffs and effects in half, which can help you a lot against enemies that have some really nasty debuffs like the putrid ghost or some of the shadow shamans. Another interesting combination is by using the Thorns ring, which makes monsters attacking you take the full unmitigated damage they've done to the player, which can be really helpful if you want to kill every monster without any effort, because they'll do the mitigated damage to you, which will be mitigated by the defense stat. For example, if you have full defense, you're gonna get 1 damage basically, but they're gonna take the full damage that they've done to you, which is basically depending on their damage, making this a really interesting combination that you can use. Other decent defense-oriented rings are the protection ring, which increases the invisibility time you get after a monster damages you by 0.4 seconds. The Phoenix ring, which heals you 50% of your health after you fall down below 1 HP. This is a really nice ring to have in emergency situations. and it can have some really nice interesting combination. And if you're getting tired of getting debuffed in the mines, you can also go for the immunity band, which increases your immunity by 4. So those are the rings that you can be using in this build, and which can do quite a difference in your playthrough. We can save you in certain spots. The main rings that you're gonna be using are the crab shell rings, which offer 5 defense, and you're going to be combining them with any other ring combination that you would desire. You can combine the crab shell ring with the torrents ring, and monsters will deal unmitigated damage to themselves, while you're gonna be getting the mitigated damage, which is boosted by your defense. And in combination with the phoenix ring, which after you fall down below 1 HP, it will get you up to 50% HP. Another really interesting combination of rings is the ring of Yoba, which grants you a shield after taking a bit of damage. This is quite helpful, as the lower health you have, the higher chances the shield procs, which can save you a lot in the mines from any damage. And you can use this ring in combination with the phoenix ring. So even if you fall down below 1 damage, you can still get up to 50% HP. These are the 2 ring combinations that I really would suggest using, since it will make you basically unkillable in the mines or skull caverns. This build is not complete without the proper food buffs that you will be using to boost your defense stat even further. The food that grants the highest defense stat is the magic rock candy, which you can buy from the desert trader. This food is highly inaccessible for newer players, so we will not be using this most of the time, but that one is the perfect one if you have it on hand. The foods that we will be using daily are the mango sticky rice, which is found on Ginger Island, the pumpkin soup, which has some extra luck that you can use, and the eggplant parmesan. Both the eggplant parmesan and the mango sticky rice offer 3 defense, while the magic rock candy offers the highest defense, which is 5. Last but not least is the weapon that you will be using, which should be the dwarven dagger, which has the highest defense for any weapon in the game. This dagger can be found in the volcano dungeon in the dwarven chest, so you'll need a bit of time to find it. You can enchant it with the vampiric buff, which can heal you in any situation when in the caves, making you really overpowered and not needing any food at all. So that's how you can become practically unkillable in Stardew Valley. Those were my suggestions on builds, but there are many other ones you can choose from and explore. I hope I managed to show you something new, and I would like to hear what would be your go-to build in the comment section below. Please don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video and subscribe so you don't miss out on any future videos. In any case, that's all I have for you today. I hope you have a great time, and I will see you all in the next one. But till then, stay safe.